What did it do?
You all right?
I'm good.
How was that last night?
Not surprising.
No. Well, but did you get a little hope at 10-0?
Sure.
Yeah.
The New Mexico Lobos and the Denver Broncos are the same football team.
Ooh. Oh, that's good.
We played one good quarter in a game.
Okay.
Full story.
And then lose at the end?
Like, it's you script it out, and then you run out of those plays on that script, and you're like, what do we do?
Now what?
What are we supposed to do? I feel like if we loaded a Madden playbook,
Yeah.
we collectively could call a better NFL offense than we see from Nathaniel Hackett week in and week out. And his excuses, it's ridiculous. Like, how are you going to, after every game, say it's on me and I need to have more urgency when you be better? 4 of your first 6 plays in overtime were shotgun handoffs. Mm-hmm. And then when you got to 3rd and 1, you threw the football. And it was incomplete
On 3rd
pass.
and 1. And then I would have gone for it on 4th. I would have run it with Murray on 4th.
Like, it makes zero sense.
Would you have?
This is a bad offense, but it's a team that then you see is lacking confidence in their quarterback. Obviously lacks confidence in their head coach. The defense is fantastic.
Yep.
And the offense is in shambles.
And now
you hired an offensive guy that was supposed to put all these pieces together. And did this guy do anything other than bring coffee to the quarterback meetings in Green Bay?
Or whatever it is that Aaron Rodgers likes. Yeah, whether it's like
What
chai tea.
What
yeah.
did Nathaniel Hackett do in Green Bay that you're like, I'm hiring this guy?
Well, he hung out with Aaron Rodgers. He hung out with Aaron Rodgers, and they played chess and listened to music. You're so right on the play calling in overtime. So you run. So and by the way, you get off good chunks on 1st and 2nd down. And not only did they throw the ball, they threw it downfield on 3rd and 1. And if he was going to throw it on 3rd and 1, made me think, okay, I know you're deep in their territory, but it's overtime. You got nothing to lose. I'm going to run it on 4th down. Why not run it? It blows my mind. Now Russell Wilson's got another injury. Evidently, he's got a hamstring injury. He said he scrambled around and threw it away, and 4th quarter it got tweaked, and so he got treatment following the game. He'll be evaluated later today, and he'll go get an MRI. So you may be down to who's behind him. Did you tell me it's Brett Rippon the other day?
Yes.
All right. It was so Broncos too that it would be a muffed punt, that one of their dudes gets pushed into Montrell Washington, who was trying to field the punt. It looked dangerous from the beginning, and that's how the Chargers get this win. And it's just, I mean, if you're San Diego, and yes, I said San Diego, I'm always going to say San Diego. I know they're the LA Chargers. You can, yeah. If you're the Chargers, yeah, you're 4-2, but I mean, how great do you feel about yourself?
I feel fine. Because that's a really good defense. That is a really good defense. Patrick Surtain took Mike Williams out of the game.
Yeah, he did.
They made life very difficult on Justin Herbert.
And they're going to get Keenan Allen back.
Keenan Allen will play football at some point in time.
At some point in his life, yeah.
And the one thing with Justin Herbert, he wasn't great, but he still made a play when he needed to. I think Dustin Hopkins, even with one leg, could have made that field goal at the end. But just the fact that when he's under pressure, things have been breaking down all game long. He's able to make that one last throw just to get him 9 more yards and set up the game-winning field goal in overtime.
And a guy who, I mean, was limping around, makes every field goal, and the Chargers are winners last night. 19-16 to put Week 6 to bed in the National Football League. Bronco fan, expect to hear from you today at 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. Emails this morning, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. And on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. Watch the show there. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26, and on our Facebook page. All right. I thought we'd come in and be talking about Game 5 of the Yankees and Guardians last night, and we're not. Rain out in the Bronx, and so it kind of helps both teams reset pitching, because the Yankees for certain, and I think the Guardians too, were both looking at bullpen games. Now you might get Nestor Cortez for the Yankees. Probably.
They'll be feeling pretty good about that.
I think they're feeling great about it. I don't know what the Guardians are going to do. But you'll get baseball this afternoon. 2:07, I believe, is when they throw the first pitch in New York, assuming that the weather is good. All right, we're going to get through the NFL. Your guest list today, 7:15, so coming up here in about 9 minutes. Jerry Kill is scheduled to be with us, the New Mexico State football coach after the Aggies' 21-9 victory over New Mexico this past weekend. And a nice atmosphere down in Las Cruces. So looking forward to catching up with Jerry Kill. We're going to get into the NBA, which starts today. The WAC preseason basketball poll is out. Aggie fan. Let's see how you feel about all that. And just a ton of NFL news with guys moving and unhappy guys and teams unhappy with their dudes. So there is a lot to do. Let's get started. Jared, you want to talk some baseball with the Yankees? Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. I talked my wife and the kids into let's make some pizzas. And I'll go get some wine and gelato, and we'll make a night of it. And we'll have a good time and pop the popcorn. And everybody's sitting around waiting and watching and waiting and watching. And we're forced to sit through the cube for whatever reason and waiting and watching. Oh, I'm going to take a bath, or I'm going to go play PS4. Oh, no, hold on. The game might come on. No, hold on. No, because it's rained out, and Cashman does not rule everything around us because the fans enter the stadium at 5:05, and it's not until 9:35 that you can make a confident decision. Dude, you could have at least in the very beginning, had you just thrown the pitch out at game time, we easily gotten 4 or 5 innings in. Let alone, isn't it time for baseball to move on and stop, enabling the prima donnas? It's rain. Play in the fudging rain.
Thank you.
What's the problem? If the field's if we're worried about the field and it's gonna be muddy, then fine. If you don't have a dome, then make the infield do whatever. But it's so ridiculous. This is a classic baseball problem. We like to be like cute, like with this niche thing, like each field is different. Whereas any other sport other than golf, that's the whole uniqueness of baseball. Oh, it's unique. It's not cute to the average, casual viewer. It's cute to a diehard fan. We love it. But if you want to get more viewers, be normal. Like join the reality that we all live in, where we have jobs and we have to go to work and things like that. So if we went to the Yankee game, we can't just turn around, go back, uproot our whole calendar again. Thanks, Cashman. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. So did Brian Cashman make that call, or does the baseball and the umpires make the call, right? I don't think that's all on Brian Cashman, right? And Cashman's the GM of the Yankees. I don't believe that call is on the home general manager. That's the umpiring crew, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. That was a pretty good rant, though. It's a pretty good rant because now, the pizza's gone and the gelato. Hopefully, you enjoyed the gelato and the wine, but it's going to taste a little different and hit a little different at 2:07 this afternoon as it did last night in prime time. That's baseball. Look, they're not going to play baseball in the dumping rain. They're just not. They're never going to come around to that.
I think you'll enjoy it more without the rain. I know that was a not fun circumstance for.
But if you're at work and you don't get to see it, you're not going to enjoy it at all.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where his frustration was. I just don't, and I'm not even sure I'm in the camp that I think they need to come around and play in the rain.
I guess people were complaining because, they spent so much money at Yankee Stadium, the parking. And so today, what's going to happen? Do they have to pay for parking again?
How does that work? I'm sure I'm going to guess the answer is absolutely you have to pay for parking.
Yeah.
You get a rain check on your ticket.
Maybe, I hope so.
Well, of course. If you
suck.
had a ticket for the game yesterday, it's not like you have to buy another one to get for Game 5 tomorrow. Your ticket still works. I wonder if you get a parking receipt to say, "Hey, I paid yesterday," because it's like $50, right? $60.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
remember.
if it was $100, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, not at all. Especially playoff baseball.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if parking was $100. He's not wrong on all that. I just don't know that I think the blame lies straight on Brian Cashman.
I think some people want some yoo-hoos and hot dogs on
Damn right.
Cashman.
Damn right. Give me a couple yoo-hoos and a couple of soda pops, and I'm not talking about
They're a little
Coca-Cola
mad.
over there.
They're a little mad.
Yeah. All right. They're not mad in Cruces. At least the Aggie fans aren't. They won 21-9 over New Mexico. When we return, we are expecting a conversation with the Aggies football coach Jerry Kill after his second victory as New Mexico State coach. That's coming up next on the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
This
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
It was a lot of Aggies after that. Big plays. The defense continued to play well for New Mexico State, who improves to 2-5. They will host San Jose State on Saturday afternoon down at Aggie Memorial Stadium. First-year head coach at New Mexico State is Jerry Kill, who joins us this morning. You still wobbling in your shoes, Jerry? How you feeling?
Oh, you know, it was a great win, no question about that. But, you know, you don't get to enjoy them very long. You go, and now we're playing a very veteran San Jose State team that is been very successful, and then they got upset last week, so I wish they'd have won. But anyway, we enjoyed it for a short time, and then we went back to work.
What was the key? I mean, obviously your defense was really, really good, but when you look back at it, is there a key or a couple of things that you think your team did really well coming off? Like you were coming off a disappointing loss and then a bye week, so obviously you guys righted some wrongs.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we did is that, we played with intensity and enthusiasm and, and played a, complete game, which, I don't think we had with the talent we had. I mean, I think, we really, really played hard. And, we didn't have, as many mental mistakes. We had some penalties early, which you're never, excited about. But, we were, like I said, we just really played hard and played fast. I think, we got it, going back at it, I think we had a tired football team going down to FIU, and I just think they were, we played at a whole different speed, and I think we did adjusted some things practice-wise, and, the off week helped us, and, get their legs back, and we just played, the biggest thing is we really played fast on Saturday.
Jerry Kill is New Mexico State's head coach. Aggies will host San Jose State coming off that big win over New Mexico.
And Jerry, Gavin Frakes, your freshman quarterback, looks like you guys used the bye week to commit to him, and at least his decision-making had 2 big touchdown throws, didn't get sacked, didn't turn the football over. How big of a performance was that from the freshman quarterback?
Well, it's when you don't turn the ball over and you play good defense, you got a chance to win, and he did, he did enough to win the game, and, I said it would come down to quarterback play, and, he gave us, what we needed to win, and, he's still got so many things that he needs to work on, and, there are just a lot of things we could have done to put some more points on the board, but he's still learning, and, we do things on the line of scrimmage, and, it's not easy for a freshman quarterback and what we do, and but he certainly did, what it does to take to win a game as a quarterback.
And also, your offense, just getting the explosive plays, and I know there's so much growth still there, but being able to create explosive plays with where you're at right now, how important is that for this offense?
It's very important. We have the capabilities. We got guys that can run and do some things, but we have not been able to get them in the game because of, we've struggled at quarterback play. We've struggled in offensive line at times. I mean, we struggle everywhere, but, we were able to get the ball to the right people. And, Watkins is a, 10, 400-meter guy that came with us from TCU, and then, couple young wide receivers, did a great job of, catching balls, and Gavin threw them better, and, it was just nice to just throw and catch a ball, to be honest.
Right, and catch it. I talked to Tony Sanchez before the game about that, and obviously your wide receiver coach is working on that. Your defense has played well, and if you outside of the games against Wisconsin and Minnesota, the teams that are supposed to look more like you haven't given up more than 26 points. It was 23 to Nevada, 20 to UTEP, 26 to Hawaii, and then 9 to New Mexico. And I look at some of the leaders on your defense and what Chris Ojo did with 15 tackles and a sack, and Brohard, a kid from Los Lunas, 10 tackles and a sack. Are you satisfied with the progress of your defense?
Well, we played much better than we, sometimes you look at that and you look at it and you can get the faults deal because, we're on the field too much. But defensively, Saturday is the way we need to play all the time. We played aggressive. I think we had 5 sacks. We had a turn. We actually should have had 2 more turnovers. But, again, they played with intensity and ran and chased the football. And, it was just a different team. And a lot of it, I think, it had to do with having fresh legs.
Yeah, you've been around a lot of rivalries, and the atmosphere around this one was pretty nice. And it's always nicer when you win. Afterwards, and probably in the hours after, and maybe even the day after, did you and your team get a sense of what this rivalry means to Aggie fans and to the state?
I think that, before the week, before the game, we certainly educated them with some people coming in and talking to them, and then, I think the more people talked to them, the more they understood, and then, I think with the crowd coming and the intensity of the game, and and certainly after the game, I think they certainly have no question what it means right now because of how people feel about it, and so it was a great. It's always good to beat the team in your home state. There is no question about that.
Yeah, and there were a lot of happy Aggie fans. He's Jerry Kill with us for a few more minutes on the opening drive.
Well, Jerry, you talked about playing a clean game and with Gavin Frakes not getting sacked. What was he able to do, and really what was your offensive line able to do to keep him up, and especially with the different looks that a defense like New Mexico presents?
Well, Rocky's a great defensive coordinator, so they're all over the place, and he might be one of the top 5 in the country, and it's just thing we spend a lot of time against some of the stuff that they do. You never can prepare for it all, but we tried to make sure that we had protection where we could pick up some of the stuff he had, and our kids just did a good job of protecting the quarterback for the most part, and then when they flushed our quarterback out, he was able to run. So, that helps a lot too. But the offensive line just, did a real good job in pass protection.
All right, how do you turn this thing around now and build on it? Here comes the San Jose State team, as you said, lost in Fresno last week, was rolling. Chevin Cordero's a veteran quarterback. Brent Brennan has a really, I think, a nice defense. Completely shut down UNLV the week before. What, they give up 13-17 this week to Fresno State. You got a test coming in this week.
Oh, yeah, they're a veteran group. They're a senior group. You don't see very many teams like this anymore. And, the quarterback, he may be the best all-around quarterback we've seen so far. And, as far as weaknesses on their team, they're just very well coached. You look for weakness in their special teams. You look for weakness on defense, offense, so to speak. And, they just, they've been together a long time, and it's a senior group. And so, they're a very, very good football team, very well coached fundamentally. And, it's a deal where it's a challenge, but if we play hard and do what we're supposed to, and in the game of football right now, it's just what kids are going to show up. Are they? And our kids showed up on Saturday, and if they can continue to show up, we'll be fine.
Well, it looks like those kids care. It really does. It looks like they bought in, and the locker room celebrations that you guys put on social media. First of all, you can dance now. I mean, do you know all the words of that song that they're singing? Because it looks like you're singing.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that song they're singing, but no, they are. They're great kids, and it's they've worked their butts off. So really, the biggest thing for me on that night was just to sit back and watch after the game, and the kids being happy, and and getting rewarded for all the hard work that they put in, and through the transitions are hard, and so it was fun to see them happy.
Jerry, I know you want to win for you, but it really does feel, and I got to spend a few minutes with you after the game, and I enjoyed getting a chance to see you. But watching you kind of sit back and watch what it meant to all those people, I don't want to speak for you. It felt like there was some sort of sense of satisfaction that those people were enjoying something. And it was almost, and you tell me if I'm wrong with this, it was almost like you were on the outside just enjoying seeing them be happy.
Yeah, I think a few people said, Coach, I said, hey, I'm just kicking back. And I said, one of the things that I said when I came here is that, we had unbelievable fan support, and it was very, they're part of the game. They were loud and right times and did a great job. And, I said, going to take a village, and it's good to step back. And I've been coaching for 4 decades, so it was good to step back. And I said, I just want to see people smile and be happy when I came here, and we're going to be able to put a winning product out there. So it was a taste of what is going to happen here. But I want to step back and watch it a little bit. So and it's about the kids. It ain't about me. It ain't about anything of that nature. I mean, we got a lot of good coaches, a lot of good people. I'm just a small part of it. So, like I said, I just enjoyed seeing people happy, players, fans. It was fun to see people happy.
Hopefully they come back and watch your team against San Jose State, because you put a product out there that hopefully they enjoyed. Jerry, good to see you last week. Congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday morning. Go get San Jose State. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Be well. Jerry Kill, the New Mexico State head football coach. That was the right observation, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it was I was at an event right after the game. And so after every game, and when I used to do the Aggivision games, Mario Mocha hosts. He has a little tailgate in the parking lot outside of his offices after every game, win or lose. And there's been a lot of games that we had won down there when I was doing Aggivision games, and I sat in a lot of those. But afterwards, it was obviously quite festive, and Jerry was kind of just on the outside of that, just watching people enjoy themselves, and I don't know, man. Everybody get your own feel on him. I know, Amory, you really like him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he's going to win down there. Win at some level.
Love me some Jerry Kill.
Yeah. And you always did, right? Even before.
Yeah.
All right, 505-246-0610. If you want to get in on what Jerry had to say, you may. We'll get into the Broncos last night. You got the baseball today, and there's a lot of NFL stuff. And you know what we haven't done yet, JJ? We have not given Amory's team enough love. They are 5-1, and the Vikings are like the quietest 5-1. And
I want to keep it that way.
They are one of the
I
best.
like it.
They are one of the best teams in the NFL.
I like it. I like keeping it quiet.
At some point, we got to talk about them.
I like laying low.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy.
Sports Animal.
All right. Appreciate Jerry Kill being on. Big win for the Aggies. They're still wobbling their shoes. Now they get a tough one with San Jose State coming in this week. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian, you're welcome to come in. Talking about the Chargers' victory over the Broncos last night. I do still call them San Diego because I believe them to be in San Diego. Although the text line says if the Chargers are to be associated with their former city, San Diego, then the Rams are to be associated with San Luis. Not really. The Rams were in L.A. for 48 years before they moved to St. Louis. And they went to St. Louis for, a couple of decades and then finally came home. The Chargers were in San Diego for 56 seasons before their owner moved them to Los Angeles and took them away from their fans. I hear people in St. Louis are so bitter about the Rams moved. They had no problem when they stole the Rams from L.A. and moved them to their city, right? All those St. Louis fans. But when the Rams went home, then, oh, my God, Kroenke's the worst guy ever. How can this be? How can they leave us? But when you took their team, it was cool, right? Tell me how that goes both ways. I'm listening. That's what I thought. So, yeah, I will call them San Diego. You don't have to. You can call them the LA Chargers. Because I guess that's what they are.
You also have a tie to it, like a personal thing with it.
The city of San Diego, I just know so many people who were long-time Charger fans, own season tickets. Dudes have their dad's season tickets. And, those are the same people who are, so thrilled right now with the Padres thing, right? That's a tough sports town. They have never won a championship. Chargers never won. Padres never won. Clippers never won before they left. They won indoor soccer with the San Diego Sockers. But they've never won. What?
Did they have a parade for that one?
For the Sockers? It's a good question. I honestly don't remember. I'm going to guess not. That was a big deal back when I was there, man. At the sports arena, the San Diego Sockers. They loved them some indoor soccer, and they got a lot of people for it. They had a good TV contract for it. But, yeah, you want to talk about sports towns. Everybody says, oh, what a drought, and we haven't won since whenever. They've never won. That's a good town now. You both spent some time there, right?
Yeah.
Now, you can tell me, they got a lot more. They don't. What was them? Sorry, you don't win in sports. You got everything else. Okay. What? But there's sports fans there now. Did you see that place the other
San
night?
Diego has geographical arrogance.
Yeah, that's the term for it. The
I like it.
arrogance, Yeah.
They'll like, oh, you beat us, whatever. We're going to the beach. Like,
It's a term I came up
frustrating.
with years ago, and even my Aztec buddies goes, yeah, all right, yeah, we do. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, all right, you got to go live in Laramie, or you got to go live in Albuquerque. Yeah, we do. But that's their deal. But, yeah, that's why I will still call them the LA Rams because, well, they came home back where they basically – I don't know that they originated there. I think they may have originated in Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. Chargers did originate in L.A. for a year and then moved down to San Diego. All right, 505-246-0610. If you want to get in on what Jerry Kill had to say, Broncos last night. Boy, the Broncos chargered it last night. And the Chargers have gotten away with two in a row where they have been gifted wins.
They'll take it.
Wins a win.
Create
right?
your own luck. Be in position to have a bounce go your way. And the Chargers didn't charger it 2 weeks in a row. It's positive for the LA Chargers.
You play to win the game, right? Mm-hmm. San Diego Superchargers.
And play to muff a punt.
How about that? So what would you see there?
Play to throw on 3rd and 1.
So dude's going back to block, gets pushed into his own dude. That's the best play. I mean, one of the best plays on special teams, period. Push the dude wearing the other color shirt into that guy so it's not on you, and he muffs the punt. Yeah, it was terrific. It was terrific. All right, other NFL stuff yesterday that's going down. So Robbie Anderson, you saw on Sunday in Los Angeles. Robbie Anderson played for the Carolina Panthers. Got into a shouting match with his position coach, like face to face, beak to beak, right? And then got benched by Steve Wilkes, the interim coach, and then got told to go to the locker room. And then was like, what did I do? Right? Robbie Anderson got rewarded. Wouldn't you say? He got out of one sinking ship. Now, I don't think he went to paradise because I don't think that the Cardinals are in a great spot. But Hollywood Brown went down for an indefinite time with a foot injury yesterday. Now, they will get Nuke Hopkins back on Thursday. But Robbie Anderson gets sent to Arizona for a 6th and 7th round draft pick. Feels to me like that's a pretty good steal if you can keep him content for Arizona, and you got him the hell out of there if you're Carolina. Feels like everybody wins, right?
Yeah, if you're Robbie Anderson, you expect, hey, I'm going to a place that they do have a real quarterback.
Yep.
Even with the struggles of Kyler Murray, so you got to be confident they're going to be able to make some more plays. You're going to have immediate opportunity. Be interested to see what happens on a short week because I played Thursday night. Nuke Hopkins coming back, but with Marquise Brown going down, the timing of it made sense for Arizona. Tried to get just a number 2 wide receiver. Rondale Moore's been good in the slot, but they need a lot to get fixed on that offense.
So the Cardinals, and if you're into money stuff, Cardinals take on $575,000 of his salary for this year. How about the Panthers? They restructured Robbie Anderson's deal in March. The Panthers take a $20 million dead cap hit across this season and next season. It's money they can't spend because they're them. Tony's a big Bronco fan. You know that? How you feeling, dude? You all right?
Good Lord, no, not at all. Our offensive line, you look at. It's a combination of so many different things. When our O-line is playing good, Russ can't find an open receiver to save his life. When Russ is, for the few times this season, has been playing good, opposite. When the O-line is not playing good, Russ is doing okay. When the O-line sucks, Russ is, oh my God, our play calling sucks completely. It's 3rd and 1, and we're trying to go down the field into double coverage. Come on, man. And I don't know if this injury is really that bad on Russ, but the injury, okay, maybe it's going to affect some of his passes, but his decision-making is just like, maybe Seattle knew something about Russ that nobody else knew, and that's why they were so like, hey, yeah, just go. I don't know. It's bad. It's bad.
Well, are you more upset
from the
with
top to the bottom?
Are you more upset with your quarterback or your coach? Because to your point, run it on 1st and 2nd down, get big chunks, and on 3rd and 1, throw it down the field in a double coverage, and then punt in overtime. But help me understand how you're not. You just ran it down their neck twice, get a first down, and get a fresh set. What are we doing?
If I can see it, and I'm sitting on my couch in Albuquerque, New Mexico, haven't played a meaningful down of football since high school, You don't think these guys do? That's all they do is study the game and study film, and their lives are all about football, and they can't see it. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. My wife, and yeah, I broke my rule because I threw a couple of cups. I said a couple of choice 4 and 5 letter words and threw in some 6 and 7 letter words in there too. But it's just so frustrating. And Troy Aikman said it beautifully yesterday. Because he said, I just don't understand it. He's like, they're so talented. They have so many good weapons. And you took the words right out of my mouth, Troy, because I don't know either. I have no clue what Russ is even thinking, because he missed so many passes. And yes, Jerry Jeudy, some of his routes, he came out of college and they were talking about him being like, oh, he's a great route runner. You know what? I've seen 2 or 3 little cases of it. But it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, and I don't want to be that fan that says, "Oh, fire the coach, fire the coaching staff, fire this guy, fire that guy," because then we go from the Denver Broncos to the Cleveland Browns, and you keep on firing coach and firing coach and firing coach. You're never going to get anywhere.
But see, this was the situation where you were supposed to be, and JJ, jump in a little bit, because this was the situation where it was just add quarterback, stir and mix. And everybody was set up. We all bought into it. Everybody bought into it. And
everybody.
This coach
every single buddy. I mean, because that's all we heard about ever since Peyton retired. They're a quarterback away. They're a quarterback away. They got a Super Bowl caliber defense. They got the weapons. All they need is a quarterback. That's all we've heard since Peyton retired. And ESPN's real good about throwing it up there. Oh, they've had 12 different starting quarterbacks, and
so is CBS
they
and
carry
Fox, by the way.
the stability, and we were force-fed that.
Yeah.
Force-fed it all the time. But it's just, like, God, man, it's hard. It's extremely hard. And I'm a fan, and I know I try my best to make excuses for them. And, this and that. But at some point, you just got to say, you know what, enough's enough, man. If you're hurt, dude, you're hurt. Yes, I know they're paying you, $245, $268, whatever they're paying him. I get it. I understand. But if you're hurt, you're not doing the team or yourself any good.
Yeah, I agree.
If he's really that hurt, then
get him healthy.
Go sit on the bench.
Then get him healthy.
Go sit on the bench.
Yeah, all right, man.
Get healthy, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's just one fan's
It'll get
opinion.
better. No, it's a good one. Thanks, man.
Bye.
See you. What do you think? Because that's your team.
Dude, I said it the Tuesday after Monday Night Football, and everyone told me that I was overreacting. Tony was one of those people saying, what are you doing, man? You don't know what you're talking about. You could see it game 1 that Nathaniel Hackett was over his skis, and it wasn't just, give him time. It's an undisciplined football team that hasn't gotten more disciplined. You take away a rookie pass interference penalties, they still were penalized a ton last night. There's no confidence in the offense. Russell Wilson is playing bad football. I don't think Russell Wilson is done in the NFL. But when you combine that with questionable offensive line, he's beat up, he's not confident. There's zero confidence from the head coach. So how's that offense supposed to feel any confidence whatsoever? It's slow. It's not good. It's the same excuses after the game from Nathaniel Hackett. He had to hire himself a babysitter to understand time management. I don't see where it gets better for Nathaniel Hackett.
I think that's really kind of the feel. I think it's really well said. So you're more on Hackett certainly than you are.
Russell's playing bad, and this offense is not in a good spot. And it's one where Russell Wilson should have elevated this team. Like, this defense is ready to win football games. They've done it every game this season. Every game this season, the Broncos, it's been a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. They've been within at least 3 points in every game this season. It's back-to-back overtime losses. You look right at this offense. You hired an offensive coordinator for a ready-made system, and it's not working. And here's the thing, too, to that comment of, we don't want to become the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if you bench Russell Wilson to get him healthy,
then what?
Then how do you learn that, hey, Nathaniel Hackett's going to be the guy, and we want to give him the time moving forward?
But if you keep throwing him out there hurt.
But my thing too, watching him play in that first quarter, was he hurt?
Yeah, he looked fine.
He looked
then.
fine.
All right,
and he hit deep throws.
Yeah, let's have this. We're going to continue this conversation because I got a couple of things. I want to bring in the Melvin Gordon conversation too. Where's Melvin Gordon and what's going to happen there? And no, we're not done with the Broncos. In fact, and JJ's on a roll with this. Bottom line is we got to take a break. So we're going to talk about the Broncos more when we get back. Hey, are you tired of living with chronic pain? You got knee pain, joint pain? Listen carefully because there's now new regenerative treatments available here in Albuquerque. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They're open here, giving lasting relief to people with joint pain. They use the latest in precision medicine with natural biologics. It's an exciting, non-surgical approach that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints and get you moving again. QC Kinetics has over 100 clinics nationwide. They've treated thousands of patients with an incredible success rate and a great satisfaction rate. Pro athletes, too. Guys like Emmitt Smith and Tiger Woods and Brooks Koepka have utilized QC Kinetics to deal with chronic pain, and they feel better. So if you've got pain in your knees, in your shoulders, your hip, your back, you got to check these new treatments out. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no surgery, and no drugs. We say that again, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. Call now, schedule your free consultation with the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics, 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's QC Kinetics at 505-226-8688.
In Lujan. Vikings, one more chance. It is over. Marissa Sanchez on the play. That is...
I've had a bunch of long sleeves and vision. Torres with a lot of room. Torres with a stiff arm as he crosses the...
Our serve. Les was the one who got it, and she feeds Kozlowski.
Three serving nothing. Tippmann, Hatch, pushing it over, and the side out. Emma Mori Thorson was there. She takes it side out.
It's intercepted, so there's the pick part. Now let's see if they can make a tackle. Good kick. Yeah, we were wanting some lateral.
Aaron Nelson. She's got it again. That's twice already in this service.
Good hold, it is blocked. The kick is blocked, and Bell will fall.
Vance. Meyer back to Vance. Ooh, perfect placement and power. CC Vance goes cross court.
In the village of Los Lunas, handed off to Torres, a lot of room to the right side. Torres is off to the races. Three Bulldogs are not going to catch. Lower leg injury there, apparently, at that one. Sierman's going to unload up the middle. He's got his man open. He makes the catch, and it could be a touchdown to end the half for Los Lunas. It's Mr. Reliable, Fabian Trujillo, on a 91-yard touchdown pass from Paul.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
Talking about the Broncos' frustrations, and Tony called in. He's a longtime Bronco fan. He is cranky, and I think you and JJ and him are kind of on the same page. I mean, Tony said, I don't want to become the Browns by firing coaches. But
I just got there a lot faster this season.
Well, if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. And I think you got to be quicker in a situation where this was add quarterback and stir, right? All we are is a quarterback away. That's all I heard. So you make the big trade, you get Russell Wilson. You bring in a first-time rookie head coach, and it really does feel like it's the head coach, the discipline. Now, the head coach didn't get pushed into his punt returner and have his punt returner muff the kick yesterday, but his head coach kind of put him in that position, right? You get the ball in overtime, run, you got 3rd and 1, throw deep into double coverage and punt. What the hell are we doing? So continue, because you're kind of there.
It's the fact it's the same old story after the games. If your head coach is talking about urgency, it starts with me. You should have learned that by now. The first quarter was game planning, was good football. Russ was spreading the football around. You elevated a rookie tight end who's finally healthy, Greg Dulcich, and he's like, wow, you got yourself a playmaker. He's spreading the football around. He's not hyper-focused on Cortland Sutton. And you know in sports, the game of football, going to have some bad drives. But it's how do you adjust? And there's been zero adjustments from Nathaniel Hackett in the game planning and figuring out, okay, we had a really good first quarter. Now what do we do to continue to spread the football around, to give Russell Wilson good looks? Instead, they get stagnant. They just stick with the zone reads right up the middle, and Russ just dropping back and trying to throw bombs. And so the passing concepts, the dynamic offense you had in the first quarter, it disappears for the final 3 quarters. And then you get into overtime, and again, somehow, some way, you're playing this terrible brand of football. You have a chance to win a football game. And you still find yourself making poor offensive decisions late in games. And I'm not seeing anything outside of the first quarter last night.
And you saw it in the first quarter.
You saw it in the first quarter. But there has been zero growth for Nathaniel Hackett in this offense this entire season. And Russell Wilson, he's playing bad football. Okay, maybe he's not right now. But how did he look so right for a quarter, and then after the fact, we're going to go back, oh, we need to sit him down. He's got the lat. His hamstring's hurting. To me, this team, I see zero confidence across the board in Nathaniel Hackett. You're seeing it from the players post-game. The defense is starting to lose their mind. Their captain, Justin Simmons.
What about benching Melvin Gordon now, too? He looked cranky.
Yeah.
He's 3rd string. I mean, it looks like you brought in a
you
guy.
Trade him for Cam Akers.
I don't want him. Cam, look, when we come back, we're going to go through some of the stuff in the NFL. We are talking about the Vikings at some point because they're 5-1, one of the best teams in the NFL, and nobody's
with a first-year coach.
With a first.
Look
you
at
know
that.
what the difference
An
is?
Aztec.
He's an Aztec.
He might have done more than just bring coffee to the offensive meeting.
He might have done more than that, or chai tea, or whatever it is you like. I heard Aaron when I was in Green Bay. I heard he hangs out at Whole Foods and the bookstore. Those are his two spots. Don't roll your eyes at me. I didn't say it. Well, I did say it, but I mean, yeah, I guess I did say it. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
7 o'clock in the morning. 7 a.m. where have you been? 7 a.m. where is your brother?
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Bond.
All right, a rough one for the Pumpkins last night. 1916 Chargers win in overtime with SoFi in Los Angeles. Yes, I know the Rams started in Cleveland. The Chargers started in L.A. for like a year, and then they spent 56 years in San Diego. Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian, 505-246-0610. So the Chargers have been gifted 2 wins in a row. Browns gave it to them the week before, missed a field goal at the end. And then the Broncos muff a fumble. Montrell Washington had one of his dudes pushed back into him at the end of the overtime yesterday and caused the muff. Chargers recover, and their limping kicker, Dustin Hopkins, kicks the field goal. Winner, winner, Charger dinner. They're 4-2, and the Broncos are 2-4. Bronco fan, frustrated, cranky, angry, pissed. Anything else?
Still covers it.
All right. Disappointed.
It's not just losing the games. It's everything that gets you to that point. Because, let's say, compare them to the Raiders. They had a rough start.
But you don't feel that bad about the Raiders.
But if you look at the Raiders, are you feeling the same way? Like, oh, Josh McDaniels, it's 2.0. He doesn't have any idea. Like, you're watching that team, and you're like, all right, you feel they're closer. Like, they have an idea. There's an identity there. The Broncos, it starts with Hackett. It goes to Wilson. And then, man, they're going to have to do an unbelievable job this offseason trying to figure out how to protect Russell Wilson to maximize what's left. And you should still have a few good years of Russell Wilson, but it has been a worst case scenario this season.
So you think Nathaniel Hackett makes it to the offseason?
You said that it's a new ownership group.
Yeah.
How
Who didn't hire
patient
him?
are they
Yeah.
going to be when they're sitting there seeing half a team? That defense is really good.
Hmm?
It's the reason why they're in these games in the fourth quarter.
So
we just gave Russell Wilson just gigantic contract. Well, what's wrong? Why can't we get anything out of this guy?
So this is interesting. Richard says Russell Wilson equals Miles Kendrick. Jeff, did you watch JJ's Club last year and think, wow, the Pumpkins have all the pieces. They're only an overpriced quarterback away. I thought that they were only an overpriced quarterback away from contention. I didn't think they were an overpriced quarterback away from being a Super Bowl team.
Everyone wasn't wrong on this. Every football talking head wasn't wrong on this.
Yeah,
it's just Russell Wilson has been bad.
I did look at it and say their defense is really good, and I still look at it and say their defense is good enough. Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are supposed to be really good. I think they are. I do think they are. That's where this one's going. AC says, I've heard about the Broncos and all the talent is there. Maybe they just are not that talented. Could it be lack of talent? I mean, I don't. Defensively, they're good, right? Are we arguing that they have the okay? Are their receivers as good as we?
Well, that's the thing. Russell Wilson,
we don't know,
should then elevate that group, and he's not doing that. Like Russell Wilson, I still believe, even with him playing bad right now, and if he's banged up and not 100%, that he can be a successful quarterback in this league. So to me, it's not just looking at the wide receivers. It's how, and I guess you just rest him, because at this point, I'm kind of like, what's the point? Because the offensive line's not getting better. You lost your left tackle for the season.
Yep. When's your bye?
So that's going to have to be, addressed in the offseason. And if you're sitting there,
2 weeks to the bye, you got the Jets and the Jaguars.
Because when you watch that game last, I know the offense has been terrible, but it was just a tough game because the Chargers didn't look that much better offensively than the Broncos last night.
No, that's because that Broncos defense is pretty good.
Yeah. And the Chargers got to Russell Wilson just like the Broncos got to Justin Herbert, but what Herbert was able to do was find that one moment. Even if it was ugly, find that one moment. And that's what you're waiting for, what you thought you were going to get from Russell Wilson, and it hasn't been there.
Yeah, and it's crazy. They came out in the first quarter. You're like, oh, what am I watching? It was like watching
who put that together?
No, it was like watching it. It was like watching that Lobo UNLV game. Remember when they came out 17-0? You're like, whoa, who are these dudes? Okay.
And then you get past those first 15 plays, and you're like, what do we do now?
Yeah, it's frustrating. Where are you with this Melvin Gordon thing? I mean, is Latavius Murray just better than him? And it might be, by the way. and Mike Boone. Is that what we're looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Latavius Murray looked like a Robbie Anderson on the sideline. By the way, how many of
Melvin
those
Gordon.
guys are there all of a sudden? Yeah, Melvin Gordon. Robbie Anderson, Cam Akers, might be Melvin Gordon. I mean, all these guys that are just cranky. I want out. Yeah, I don't want you here anymore. We're going to get rid of you.
Well, Melvin Gordon put himself in that spot by not being able to hold on to a football.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had the fumble, which the Raiders picked up and scored a touchdown on. He and Javonte Williams fumbled at the goal line on Monday Night Football. So even with this team being close all season long, they have been lost, even outside of those game-changing moments. And yeah, I don't know what it is, because it wasn't last week. It wasn't a fumbling issue for Melvin Gordon. It was just he just straight up got benched in this game.
And he got benched in this game. Latavius Murray, who it was in his second game. 2 weeks ago, he was in London playing for the Saints. Then he came over, and now he's your bell cow. 15 carries. And by the way, he looks strong. You got to love you some Latavius Murray, don't you? When he was with the Vikings.
Oh,
he
yeah, and
gave
Mike Boone was.
Yeah. 15 for 66 for
Love
Latavius.
Latavius.
Yeah. And he's always been solid. Always been solid. He'll be the biggest pickup this week in the fantasy game. You're in trouble. You're in trouble right now. Text line. It's speech is never heard. He says Brett Rippon's Denver's backup. Never heard of him. Maybe Wilson is better. Well, just because you've never heard of him doesn't mean he's not good. First of all, but even those of us who've heard of him.
Do you remember the Cooper Rush conversation?
Yeah. Brett Rippon played at Boise State. Didn't he win a game last year when he came in?
He beat the Jets.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did win a game. I mean, is it great? Is anybody's backup great? No. Can you get a Joe Flacco run out of him? Can you get a Cooper Rush run out of him? You got decisions to make up there, man. You got a lot of decisions to make up there.
I don't think Brett Rippon looks better in this offense than Russell Wilson.
I think that's probably right. And then you're going to realize, when does Russ get back? When does Russ get? Is he healthy? When's Russ coming back? Now, the answer might be, and look, you're 2-4. It might be next year. But maybe you shut him down for the next 3. And he didn't play against the Jets and the Jaguars in the bye week. And a month from now, he's coming back, and you hope he's healthy.
You shut down Nathaniel Hackett as well? Because if the play calling is going to be the same, it's going to be a lack of urgency. It's going to be just chuck and pray play calls.
Yeah, I'm shutting down Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah.
And not like, okay, let's try to design some offense out of this. I don't know if there was a running back out of the backfield after the first quarter.
Murray had one.
So just to highlight how bad it was, he goes 10 for 10 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then you go to the second half and overtime, Russell Wilson's 3 for 11 for 15 yards.
Say that again?
In the second half and overtime, Russell Wilson, 3 for 11, 15 yards.
It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Right? For a pro quarterback, for an NFL quarterback to do that. And then they run the football in overtime. That's to me the bond boggler. All right, you came out and you ran it twice right down their freaking necks, and you got third and one. And you throw not a short, safe route to get the first down. You throw downfield in double coverage and punt. Now, if you're going to throw downfield in double coverage, well, Jeff, you can't go for it. You're deep in your own territory. It's in overtime. You're trying to win a game. You got everything on the line. Like what are you going to lose at this point? And so I figured if they were going to throw it,
it'd be the Chargers 2.0, right? With like the
no,
going for it.
It totally would
against the Browns.
Did you expect him to go for it there?
No.
You didn't expect him to throw down the field into freaking double coverage.
They're going to punt and then try to get the ball back because that's all they could do. And the Chargers kind of said, let's just hold on and see who can get the better field position in overtime.
And they played right into their hands. And then you coughed it up. All right. When we come back, I want to talk about the Robbie Anderson trade. Taylor Heineke is back in your rotation. Tua might be back in your rotation this week. Cam Akers is going to play somewhere else. What does that mean for the Rams running game, which is relatively non-existent? The Vikings are 5-1. Week 6 is done in the National Football League. Let's get through it. Yankees and Guardians today. We had a call earlier. I got a great response on my text to Jared wanting to play that game in the rain. I'll get to that as well. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. 505-246-0610. Hey, if you're in business, and we're all in business, you know how important your computers and your network and your remote access are to your everyday business. ABQ IT knows that most business owners want to know three things. You want to know your system works, you want to know it's secure, and you want to know how much is it going to cost. And that's why ABQ IT created a business model with you in mind. What they do is monitor your computers and network to keep them operating. They watch for any activity that's malicious, and they protect your operation. And maybe best of all, they do it at one predictable cost. So do you get several bills now? One from the internet provider, one from a cybersecurity company, another when you buy new equipment? ABQ IT does it all at one cost. No hourly rate or labor billing, no hidden fees or out-of-scope charges. Your rate will be predictable. It will not change. So business owners, take advantage of this. Take the time to get a free assessment from ABQ IT, and you won't have to worry about computer problems again. Visit abq-it.com. abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQ IT.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited,
and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot.
Chargers 19, Broncos 16 last night. Gonna hit that. Yankees will play the Guardians today, at least as they're telling me. Show started off with a bang this morning. Jared called in with a rant about baseball's got to get with the times and play in the rain, right? Is that what he said? Basically, he ordered pizza, Cabernet, and gelato. I don't know, some kind of wine. He didn't specify what the wine was. They ordered a pizza, wine, and gelato to watch that Yankee game last night. It was all fired up. It was the family, the wife, the kids. The whole thing, he was pumped. And then it was raining, and he blamed it on Brian Cashman. They didn't cancel that game. They didn't call off till halftime of the NFL game, right? That's about when they called it off. He said they got to get with the times, a little rain. I mean, everybody else plays the elements and get a dome stadium. And Josh sent me a text, says, I want this guy to stand in the batter's box with a 100-mile-an-hour wet ball flying at his head. Then he might get it. It's pretty hard to control pitches, and baseball's not conducive to be played in the rain. Just isn't. Now, you can tell me football's not either. And I would actually listen to that argument. It's a different game when it's wet and sloppy and muddy. But that's football. Football weather, that's what they do. Baseball, but man, I'll tell you what. The way it was dumping to the end of that Dodger-Padre game.
Got concerned there for a second.
I mean, right?
That was dumping.
I was watching on a little screen.
I was Dodger. I can be like, really, guys?
We call this?
We're continuing right now?
Yeah.
This moment in the game?
But I guess it never really let up either. So, I mean, all evening. All right, other NFL stuff. Robbie Anderson gets traded from Carolina to Arizona. Talked about this earlier, but we'll talk about it again. It feels like a win-win for everybody. He wanted out. They wanted him out. Arizona loses Hollywood Brown for an indefinite period with a foot injury. Feels like that's the guy who will fill that slot. It's a 6th and 7th round pick. It feels like everybody kind of got what they wanted there, huh?
Yeah, not too bad where you can get kicked off a bad football team. Go to a team that more hope this season.
How much hope is there in Arizona?
A lot more than there is in Carolina.
I'll give you that. And more than there is in
Nuke
Denver.
Hopkins back. And I know I said that I thought Kyler Murray was the most disappointing player in the NFL. It easily could be Russell Wilson this season. But looking at Arizona, there is still, I feel, a ceiling for that team to reach and be a wild card playoff team. Because the NFC is lacking a lot of
let me ask you
quality
this.
Football teams.
Which team do you have more confidence in coming back? We're talking about two veteran quarterbacks who looked not good last weekend. The Green Bay Packers, who are currently 3-3, with Aaron Rodgers, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are currently 3-3, with Tom Brady. If I'd have sat here on week 1 and told you, hey, on October 17th, on a Monday, we're going to be talking about Tom Brady losing to the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers losing at home to the Jets. And you'd have told me, dude, give me some. What are you smoking? Right? Who do you have more confidence in? Which team will finish stronger? Because to your point, the NFC is so marginal that you got to believe one or both are going to make the playoffs, right? Like, who are the playoff teams in the NFC right now? Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Vikings. Somebody wins that division and somebody wins the West. So there's a spot open still, right? And who's going to win the South? Do you believe in Atlanta? As much as New Orleans is scuffling, they're only one game back, and they're going to get Jameis back at some point.
That's not going to change anything for that team.
I don't think so either. So who's going to win that division?
Tampa Bay.
You think so, right?
Tampa Bay is a team I trust between Green Bay and the Buccaneers.
Because he's got weapons? Because their
Yes.
defense is better? I think that's got to be the answer. But, boy, Tommy's starting to look old. You know who's undefeated? And it's not Cooper Rush. That's right. 45 years old. He's starting to look like everything is getting to him.
I'll take my chances with a questionable Tom Brady, knowing he has places to go to offensively, versus Aaron Rodgers and has nothing in the receiving core.
All right, so this segues perfectly into the Vikings because the Vikings are 5-1, 2 games clear of the Packers, 3 games clear of the Bears in the NFC North. They seem to be absolutely the best team. They're on a bye week. Who do you have more faith in coming back and responding, the Packers and Rodgers or the Buccaneers and Tommy?
That's a tough one.
Or neither.
I believe in the Bucs defense more,
Right.
and Tommy has more veteran receivers and running game. So I would think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think that's the answer, right? Because their defense is better, so they can carry him a little bit. And he's got Godwin, Evans.
Yeah, he's veteran star.
Julio
receiver.
Jones may come back. The
Packers will build.
Do you believe, because I don't, the Packers, if they just trade for a receiver, well, Odell goes there and they're going to be better. Do you guys believe that? Or do you buy that Rodgers just turn it around when he gets a number one receiver?
I don't buy that at all.
I don't
right now.
either.
I don't think there's, and I don't even know where OBJ is in his process of being able to come in and then play a full complement of snaps. Because you're looking at OBJ as, oh, you bring him in as maybe a number 2, but if he's your number 3 guy, limit his snaps, let him get going. That's best case scenario for OBJ second half of the season, not coming in and being like, oh, you're going to be our number 1 wide receiver and play 90% of the snaps and go, because I don't think he's going to be able to do that for a little while. And if you're Green Bay, the options are few and far between.
Yeah, I think that's right. Well, their offensive line, how much of that game did Aaron Rodgers spend on his back?
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers, insert everyone else, offensive line play in the NFL due to injuries, it is bad in so many places. And then it also gets to a point where there's nothing really for you to do. Yep. Because as much as you want to talk about number 1 wide receivers, this or that, where are we finding all these offensive linemen to fix these offensive line problems?
I think the theme to me of this year is offensive line issues. But I to your point, I think it's due to 2 things. One is what you talked about, injuries on the offensive line. To me, the other key here is how good defensive linemen have become. How big, fast, strong, athletic defensive linemen have become that have exposed marginal offensive linemen.
Chargers were playing a third-string center at one point last night.
That's right. And they
Third
couldn't
string.
And how many points did they score? Right? They needed a muff field goal in overtime to put them in field goal range. Muff punt in overtime to put them in field goal range to score 19 freaking points with, by the way, the greatest young quarterback we've ever seen in Justin Herbert. I say that with some tinge of sarcasm. So that's the theme to me. But I'm with you. If there's one that you're going to believe in more, it would be Aaron Rodgers. So if we sat here after week 6, so we're about a third away, a little more than a third of the way through the season, which is crazy. Who are your 7? You don't even have to put them in order. Who are your 7 playoff teams in the National Football Conference, the NFC? It's right now, I mean, you would say Philly, obviously. Philly, the Vikings, and, I mean, it looks like Dallas and the Giants for a wild card. All right, that's 4. Somebody's got to win the South. Who is it? Tampa? Okay. 5. Somebody's got to win the West. Pick one, the Rams or San Francisco. And then who's the other playoff team? Do we all agree on all that right there?
Yeah.
Now you're dipping into a pool of Atlanta, the Rams or Niners, Green Bay. Does New Orleans make a comeback? First of all, and I heard this, somebody said this on on TV yesterday about baseball playoffs that there's too many teams in the playoffs, and I totally agree with that. I'll tell you this. I think
No,
seven.
get out of here.
I do
Too many
think
teams in the
seven's.
playoffs.
I think
Get
seven's too much.
No.
I think 6 was fine.
No, there's not too many teams in baseball playoffs. It's just hurt Dodger fans saying that probably.
No. And I'll get into
Cranky
that.
Yankee fan.
I'll get into that in the next segment because the World Series is going to go into November, and it's going to be if we're playing in Cleveland or Philly or New York.
Then change your regular season schedule.
That's the answer.
Ding,
Yes.
ding, ding. And
That's
stop complaining.
The answer. That is the. What have I told you about playing Saturday double headers? You can split a gate, and you can finish this damn thing by now.
You're changing roster rules. You're
Yes.
switching it around.
Yes,
There's
yes,
so many
yes,
things you could
yes,
do.
yes,
And then so you're not in this point where
Yes.
you're complaining, oh, we got to deal with the elements.
Yes.
Well, y'all don't want to adjust anything during the regular season, so
Yes. Yes. The email says from Doit, Yankees and Cleveland Indians. What are we doing, Jeffy? They're called the boys of summer for a reason. I know you like to say we shouldn't play a different game in the state tournament than the regular season, but that's exactly what we're doing. Why doesn't MLB require these gyms to have a roof if we're going to play in late October? No, your answer is right. Look, I've said for a long time, Amory, that we play World Series. We're playing a different game to determine a champion than we play all season. Now, that has nothing to do with Dodgers. Padres beat the Dodgers. This has nothing to do with being a bitter Dodger fan. You play in L.A. and San Diego, you're going to play in nice weather. But when you watch a World Series, it's going to be who do I got left? I got either Cleveland or New York, right? Unless it's Houston and San Diego, we're getting weather in the World Series. And it might be Houston and San Diego. And actually, that's who I'm picking is Houston and San Diego. But to take the World Series and play through early November in those places and sit there in freezing cold, and it's a different game. Now, Jared might say tough it out, deal with it. But the answer is you play, what do we decide, 6 or 7 Saturday doubleheaders? You can split the gate, play a day and a night game, and you can cut a week off of the season and back this thing up and protect yourself on some weather. I know you got weather issues on the front end, too. But what are we doing? All right, 505-246-0610. We got to get into Cam Akers. Tua's coming back. Got a lot of NFL stuff. If you want to get in on what Jerry Kill had to say, the Aggie coach was with us today. You can do that as well. 505-246-0610. And you can send emails, Jeff or JJ, at sportsanimалabq.com. International Protective Services, IPS. I know you see their vehicles around town. They watch my home. They watch businesses and homes. It's private, affordable security because property crime's on the rise, continuing. Officer shortage continues to be an issue. And so the good guys look out for you, and IPS protects what's important to you, what you built, what you've worked hard to build, your business, your home, your family. Don't let the bad guys come in and destroy that. They're out there looking at you. When I go away, IPS comes by and checks the house extra. They're there twice every day, but on a garbage day, they'll roll the cans out to the curb and back. They'll pick up mail if you need to, packages that are left on the curb, newspapers. And if your alarm goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes with armed trained security officers. Highly trained armed guards with 24-hour patrols committed to this city and to your protection. Call IPS and see what they can do for you. The number's 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Sports Animal.
Interesting takes by you all this morning as we go through the Broncos and everything else in the NFL. Text line's lit up. He says, I'm a Bronco fan. Maybe she says it, I'm not sure. And I think there's too much overreaction to Denver's poor performance. One's teams often stink. Deal with it, complaining Denver fan while firing the coach, a la Carolina. Well, I mean, that's what you do.
Not
right?
react to a Monday Night Football game
That's what,
last night, y'all.
That's what you do as a fan. And by the way, your
What do
team.
you think we do in Sports Talk Radio?
Yeah, you're
For
probably
the team that is also dead last in points scored.
And you're 2-4, and you just gave away a game last night. Is it overreaction? Tell me, I'm listening to what optimistic view you've got where you see it. Is that overreaction by Denver fan? You've got a pattern now. 6 games is a good enough sample size. You got a pattern of what your team is, what your head coach is, and what your quarterback is. I don't know that that's overreaction at all by Broncos.
Dead last points per game. The Bears, the Panthers, the Commandos scoring more points than the Broncos.
Yeah, all of that. All of that. This is according to Broncos logic. Brett Rippon is good because his uncle's Mark Rippon. I'm not sure that's right, but okay. This one says Tommy has too many. We asked who's got a better shot at turning this thing around. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, or Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They're both 3-3 and scuffling. This says Tommy has too many personal problems. Mad, he's 45. Aaron doesn't have the weapons, and he's getting old. Russ doesn't have an O-line nor vision. Buffalo has Josh, and it's time to pass the torch. All that might be right. I mean, kind of answer to a different question, but all that might be right. All right. That's where I am with you on that topic. 505-246-0610. I got other stuff. Cam Akers wants out of L.A. The Rams want to be done with Cam Akers. I don't know that I think Cam Akers. What does Cam Akers get? If Robbie Anderson was a 6th and a 7th, Cam Akers is kind of an underachieving middling back, right?
5th and 6th.
You think he gets a 5th and 6th, so he's worth more than Robbie Anderson? I can see a 6th and 7th like Robbie Anderson got.
Happens.
Yeah, he needs a fresh start, and that's what everybody's saying. He would not practice on Friday for the second day in a row with the Rams because he was working through some different things with Cam Akers. That's what Sean McVay said. So they're going to try to trade him, and probably today or tomorrow. Quote from the head coach, Sean McVay of the Rams. I'd like to think I'm a very open-minded person, but I think when you look at certain situations and scenarios with the way that things have kind of unfolded as of right now, I think the best option for all parties would be to explore if there's a good situation with him with another team. If that does not come to fruition, I would never say that him coming back and figuring out the best way to be able to utilize him and him being the best player he's capable of is off the table. I would never speak in absolutes like that. That was his quote. He's got to go. Right? He's got to go. Darrell Henderson's your guy. Now, do they get another running back? Did you
It's one of those things, like Robbie Anderson,
Yeah.
Cam Akers, these guys are changing the fates of no one's team.
That's right.
Whether it's where they are now or somewhere they're going, you can find backup running backs over the place.
Malcolm Brown's still there. You know Malcolm
You
Brown's there?
open the door at a training facility and they scatter like cockroaches everywhere.
No, there's running backs everywhere. All right. Also today we talked to Jerry Kill, the Aggie football coach, about the New Mexico State victory over New Mexico. I got a bunch of emails and correspondence regarding the game last Saturday. John wants to talk about that. Hello, John.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. I saw you down in Aggie Land.
I was there. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. You're down there. You're a sports guy who actually goes to sports games.
Imagine that.
But hey, I thought it was there was a ton of penalties on both teams, which was a little bit distracting. But I think that everybody has to overcome adversity, whether it's self-created or not. I think the Aggies did that. It was great to see them win. And if anybody's ever heard of Jerry Kill, they very quality individual.
No, you're breaking
and I think he's good at finding the good qualities in the kids that play for him.
Well, whatever it is that he's doing, John, I'm going to tell you, those kids seem to be playing for him. They seem to be buying into it. They seem to like what he's doing. I talked to one of your assistant coaches, and it sounds like the recruiting trail, and wasn't just coach talk on the radio. He feels like they're getting a good reception out on the recruiting trail. Going into Conference USA, certainly helping what they're doing recruiting. So whatever he's doing, look, they're 2-4, but JJ, I don't think it's arguable. They're better than they were last year, right? They're making progress.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I think that they're better partly because of their attitude, for which he's probably helping bringing that to the table. And it's not uncommon with a new coach, but he's definitely manifesting it on a regular basis. Yeah. And it was great to see. So
yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. All right, John, appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, and again, I think last year was rock bottom, don't you?
Yes, it was.
I mean, you'd like to think it was rock bottom. Now they won their last game, but I think that was rock bottom. You had a coach who made it very clear he wasn't coming back, kind of tried to burn the place down on the way out, right? Talked about how bad the facilities were and how bad the administration was and how bad everything was. And then you brought in a guy who's Mr. Optimistic and Jerry Kill, who's just happy to have another chance, who, by the way, has won everywhere he's been. He brought a new attitude. Who knew it would be a 60-year-old dude that would bring in all that energy, right? See, that's where I tell you, it doesn't have to always be. You can't just judge a guy on his age. What's he doing? And obviously, there's an energy there. All right, I'll get you some emails on Lobos and Aggies when we return. We're open for you on the NFL stuff. Tua's coming back. We got to get there. Need to hit a little bit on the Yankees and Guardians, Game 5, which will be this afternoon. And give your Vikings some love. They're 5-1. Nobody wants.
I never said I wasn't giving love. I like
Oh,
when
I know.
that no one's talking about us.
That's why I want outward love.
I
I
love
want
that.
people talking all about them.
Like I
want
love
people
just the
gushing on the Vikings.
insecurities we all have as sports
Right?
fans.
Don't talk
Like,
about my team.
If you're not talking about someone's team enough, you're a hater. And then like if you start talking about them too much, you're like, oh, don't jinx us now.
Yep. That's what sports fans are, man. We're just
I
an
love it.
insecure group of people.
Try to find that lane to sit in.
Just be let them win. Let them take the week off. Tough week for a bye, though. They're playing so well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer and Biontech.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-24.
Is that like, oh God. Lobos in Fresno State. I didn't even touch it. This weekend.
I thought you were like, dang, I've got to talk about this.
At University Stadium. No. My mic just dropped right off of its setting. And you guys are in on this after hearing from Jerry Kill this morning, and I understand all this. So let me get these to you. Text line says Danny's heart's in the right place, but he has no clue about an offense. Ultimately, that will be what does him in here. I don't know if he has no clue, but certainly the offense has been bad, and he has got to fix that next year. Got to, right? And you've been saying this. He's got to find a veteran, proven offensive coordinator and get the weapons in here to fix the offense, right?
Yes.
Lobo football team, according to this one, has regressed since wins over Maine and UTEP. No Lobo quarterback can throw the ball further than 15 yards. Well, they can throw the ball plenty more than 15 yards. You're obviously having issues. Yes, they can throw the ball more than 15 yards. Not downfield into coverage, but yeah, they're struggling offensively. Rod says, blame LSU, Jeff. Lobo football team hasn't been the same club since leaving Baton Rouge. Chip Kelly gave the Mountain West Conference the blueprint on how to beat Lobo football. Pack the zone, make them hit the outside shot, and they haven't done so consistently since the Tigers. I don't know. Didn't they get up 17-0 on UNLV?
They did.
Were they up 10-0 on Wyoming, right?
Yes.
Okay. The LSU game wasn't what did it. The LSU game wasn't good in any way. That wasn't the game. I mean, do you think it was?
No.
Nor does me. All right. What do you expect with Fresno State this week?
Team that can't score.
So
in the Lobos.
Bet the under again?
Against a squad in Fresno State that Jay Kaner still out. Not sure on his timetable, but Logan Fife started his third game. Threw for 230 yards, had a touchdown, had an interception. He's more confident as a young quarterback. They have playmakers. Jordan Mims is a very good running back.
Really good.
Players on the outside.
Yep.
Probably going to see same script for the Lobos. Settle for some field goals. Struggle to create explosive plays. Give them some touchdowns, and you're looking at 24-9.
24-9. What's the over-under? That's 33 points? What do you think the spread is right now?
Fresno State, it's a 10-point favorite?
10.5. Yeah. Over-under?
43.
41. Yeah, it's a low number on the over-under, and Fresno State is a 10.5-point favorite. All right, here's your schedule, Mountain West this week. UNLV is at Notre Dame, 24.5-point dog. Notre Dame, dude. People are cranky at Notre Dame. Hawaii at Colorado State. Do I get TV on that one? I don't know that I want TV on that one, do I? Who do you think's favored in that game?
Colorado State.
You do?
Not by that response.
Hawaii just beat Nevada, and Colorado State's coming off that loss to, was it Utah State?
Mm-hmm.
Colorado State by 4.5. Okay. San Jose State at New Mexico State. Do you know what the spread is there?
San Jose State, 6.5.
21.5.
21. Okay,
You got to jump the Aggies at 21.5, don't you?
San Jose State, bad game. They're still a good football team. So that's me overreacting to the moment of what we just saw last week.
All right. In Cruces, the defense has been decent. You think he's just going to open it up and kill him? So you don't think 21.5 is enough? Okay. I don't know that. I think San Jose State's going to win that game because I think they're pretty good. 21.5 is a big number. Boise State at Air Force, best game of the week in the Mountain West. Air Force is a 3.5-point favorite at home over Boise State. That game decides the well, it doesn't, huh? Air Force has 2 losses in conference. Boise State has none. Everybody else in that division has 2 losses, don't they? Boise State's rolling towards
just quietly. Boise State, right back in your driver's seat.
After they fired their offensive coordinator, they rolled San Diego State. They've been taking care of business since. Boy, that's what makes it so mind-boggling that they got beat like they did at UTEP, doesn't it?
Yes.
Intriguing. Utah State's playing better. Wyoming's coming off the bye. Cowboys 4.5-point favorite at home over Utah State. 7:45 in Laramie. Check the weather. And then bet the under in this game. And it's a low under. No, you got to, at some point they entice you. You got to go over. San Diego State at Nevada. First of all, what do you think the spread is?
Aztecs by 6.5.
Aztecs by 7. God, you're really good at that. What do you think the over-under is?
I'm going to say like 35.
It's 36. Dude, you're really good at this. 36 in a college football game for 2 inept offenses. At some point, defense is going to score. You got to bet the over. I mean, 20-16 is what that is. I guess that's about right, huh? All right, going to reset for you at the top. Talk about the Broncos and the Chargers last night. Got baseball today, Game 5, a decisive Game 5. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Latest on Tua Tagovailoa and the latest NFL news from this morning. Oh, by the way, you know the NBA season tips off today?
Yep.
Get the Lakers and Warriors tonight. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is The Opening Drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Buck.
Well, the Broncos lose again, give away another one in overtime. Nice gift to the Chargers for the second week in a row. Russell Wilson has a hamstring injury, and their coach wants urgency. Good day to you. Merry whatever day it is. It's Tuesday. Opening Drive. 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian, glad you're here. 505-246-0610. Quote Russell Wilson after the game. Shoulder did good, but listen, the only thing that matters is us winning. Not going to sugarcoat it. The only thing that matters is us winning. There's no excuse for it. We got to find a way. End quote. Your head coach, Nathaniel Hackett. This is very disappointing. We need to have a lot more urgency across the board. It starts with me as coach. Then all the other coaches, then to the players. Players need to be just more urgent. We got to execute at a higher level, and we've got to come up with some better plays. End quote. Really? If they lose to the Jaguars and the Jets, or I think it's Jets and Jaguars, going into the bye week, does he get fired in the bye week? If they're 2-6, and he continues to be this guy,
you're fired.
You know that I'm usually the last one on the fire him train, right? Mm-hmm. I always think people get it really extreme, and everybody's got to get fired. Everybody's got to lose their job, but sometimes
he's probably going to make the entire season. I
so?
honestly do not believe they'll do an in-season firing of a first-year coach.
Okay. All right. I'm going to be interested to see where the players are in this and how much communication contact there is with ownership, general managership, and the locker room. And, you know, do you think Russell Wilson has his coaches back? Like, if you think the GM's talking with Russ and saying, hey, what's up? Are you okay? What do you think of old Nate over there? What do you think of his play calling? I mean, what do you think of the 3rd and 1 having you throw into double coverage? By the way, what a crap throw that was. You think those conversations are going on? They should be.
There's a lot of communication behind the scenes, closed-door office meetings. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, they should be. They should be. And that's why I wonder if I think Nathaniel Hackett's going to make it. All right, so you got that going on. Bronco fan, you've been coming in this morning. You're cranky. I get it. You should be cranky. Somebody said, well, it's just overreaction. Is it? I mean, what do you do on a day after a game when your team stinks? It's what sports fans do. I don't think Bronco fans overreacting. You know, you might have said it after game 1, okay, we're overreacting, whatever. You got a 6-game sample size, you're not very good. And you went out and spent a whole lot of money to get a quarterback because you thought you were going to be really good. And you're not. You're just not. All right, so then there's that. NBA season begins today. You guys excited? I know you're fired up about this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. How much NBA do you guys watch in November? Do you watch a lot in November, December? I know you do.
I watch as much as I watch football.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sports.
What's the big line for you early? Is it how Golden State responds to the Draymond thing? What do the Lakers look like? What does Boston look like with their coaching situation? What does Brooklyn look like as they were going to blow that thing up and it's still together? Middleton's back with the Bucks. What do they look like? Who's the contender? Take a look at Cleveland with their new pieces.
Middleton's going to be out a little while.
All the above?
Yeah.
It's
just like basketball is back.
I ain't mad at anybody. I'm just asking.
Yeah, you ran down the headlines.
Yeah.
All right.
You did a good job with that.
All right, next up, National Hockey League.
Super excited for who can make a big jump into conference contention. And so you're looking at the Atlanta Hawks. I think DeJounte Murray, Trae Young backcourt is going to destroy the Eastern Conference. But do they have enough outside of that? No, can they hold up in the post? Can they have some defense and stops when it matters? You're looking at a team that took a lot of steps last year, the Chicago Bulls. You have Lonzo Ball is having some knee trouble. He's going to be out for a little while. And watching that backcourt evolve was a lot of fun to watch. And then it's really on the Philadelphia 76ers. You have what everyone thought was the person that should have got the MVP if it wasn't for Jokic last year, Joel Embiid. What role does James Harden play within that offense? Can he just kind of take a step back and be a creator, get some buckets, knowing that his usage is probably going to drop some at this point in time? And can Embiid get to the conference finals and get his team to the NBA finals?
Is it now or never for them? I mean, that's Harden and Embiid, dude. Yeah. That's a really good. It kind of feels like it's now or never for Harden.
Harden.
Well, and for them as that group. This is the end of the process, isn't it? Hmm? Like we heard, trust the process, trust the process. Okay, now the process is kind of got to yield some fruit, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Now, they still got. You're right. It's kind of because you got an extended window with Embiid, but just running it out there, seeing what you can get out of a 33-year-old James Harden. This is like 2 years, probably.
He bet on himself, right? He walked away from the extension.
They
still got paid, right?
Yeah, he kind of did a favor for Philadelphia. He still got a lot of money, but it was a little bit less than
a chunk. I mean,
like people are saying he was going to get.
Yeah, I think he's just fine. All right, so that all starts tonight. So today you get Game 5, Yankees and Guardians. The Guardians. 2:07.
Hopefully.
What's the weather there? I haven't even checked. I guess I probably could. But you get that. You get and then you get the hoops tonight. When do I start getting action on Tuesday night? Is that got to be about now?
What do we get? We had Sunbelt last week. What was it?
Did I get some?
Right. You got a football game on Wednesday last week.
All right. No, I'm all about it. You know I'm all about that. All right. I know Rudy's about it, too. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, back from Ann Arbor, that was quite a scene.
I'll bet it was.
I've been going back for 42 years now since I graduated from law school, and maybe I'm the good luck charm. I'm at Schembechler Hall. We're going to go in the museum, and they have the museum closed, so as we're leaving, J.J. McCarthy's trying to park his truck, and he's having trouble parking his truck, so I help him. Had a short conversation with him. And I told him I didn't come all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico to watch Michigan lose, so go out there and have a game, and they certainly did. I think Michigan is easily one of the top 4 teams in the country, and they showed that against Penn State. Just destroyed Penn State the second half. So I get done, and the Lobo game comes on at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and I have a 4 a.m. wake-up call. So all I did was listen to maybe about 10 minutes of the first quarter, and I had to get to sleep. But what I wanted to talk about is how everything's relative. Last year, Michigan made the playoffs. They lost 2 games. Can you guess their 2 losses?
Last year, they lost in the playoff, right? And then
to Georgia.
Yeah. What was the other loss? Did they lose to Iowa?
No, they lost to Michigan State.
That's what it was.
Right. And this is my point. Whenever teams play like that from the same state, you throw the records out, you throw everything out, and it's a game. And guess what? Here comes Michigan State in 2 weeks. So the only thing they can do is ruin Michigan's season, or try to.
No, rivalries matter, dude. That's no matter what people say, rivalries matter, and that's why you see wacky stuff all the time. You see it in Bedlam at the end of the season all the time. SC, UCLA all the time. You see the team that's got nothing theoretically to play for beat the team that's got everything to play for. It happens all the time. Now, that's not what happened with New Mexico and New Mexico State, because both teams are relatively in the same place, but it matters.
But it matters. And it's about pride, and it's about, again, things being relative. So, as I always say, loser says deal, and UNM has a year to think about what happened. I think that's the first time we had lost to State since 2017, I believe. Is that right?
It's been 3 years. Yeah, you got and then the COVID year was in there, so yeah.
Yeah, so, there's a lot for New Mexico to do if they want to be the team that they want to be. And it just starts with going back to fundamentals and hard work. You can't be that undisciplined. I looked at the number of penalties, and that's just not winning football. So they'll fix it. I have all the confidence in the world in Danny, and I'm not jumping off the bandwagon, but I hear a lot of ankles breaking. So, everybody else just maintain it's a rivalry. Yes, New Mexico State won this year. That's the way it is.
All right. Glad you had a good time.
I had a great time. Yep. The maze out was incredible. 110,000 people, and I would bet 99% of them were dressed in yellow. It was really quite a scene.
Yeah, those scenes are amazing, and that's what makes college football so special. All right, man, we'll see you.
Okay, take care.
Look, I look at scenes like that in Tennessee and, all this stuff. That's why I tell you all the time. I just feel like we're missing out. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not telling anybody they should do anything. That's what college football can do. It's pretty cool. You've been in atmospheres like that. It's just
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You also gotta get something in return.
No, I know. Look, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm telling you, I'm not blaming anybody. This isn't me saying how could you not go out there. I'm just telling you, I feel like we're missing out. That's all. And I'm not pointing a finger at fans. That's not what I'm doing here. I just see that stuff and just go, damn, that's so cool. It is. Monica went to Ohio State in my office. Came back, she's like, oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
Right
Big
there.
Tent.
Yeah, because it's important to them. That's all. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not pointing fingers. Please don't take it that way. I just look at that and just go, gosh, I just feel like we're missing out. That's all. 505-246-0610. I got more correspondence for you. When we get back, I do want to get in the Yankees a little bit. Aggies preseason basketball pool. WAC preseason basketball poll came out. Where do you think they are with a brand new team? Let you know where that is. Bad weather last bunch of weeks, huh? A lot of rain, a lot of mud, a lot of filth, a lot of gunk. How's your vehicle looking? That's what I thought, just like mine. It's time for me to call On the Spot Automotive Detailing, have them come out and detail my vehicle. You should call them as well. They come out to you wherever it's convenient for you, whenever it's convenient for you, and they detail your vehicle inside and outside and around the rims and under the hood and under the seats and behind all the stuff. And when they're done, it's like it's brand new. That's what detailing is. It's like the vehicle is brand new, and they do it where it's convenient for you. When you're working, they come to you. I don't know where their office is. It doesn't matter. They know where I am, and that's what makes this so cool. They also offer ceramic coating. That is applied by hand, and the best way to protect your paint for years to come. They have paint corrections and sap removal, and of course a 10% discount for our military. Schedule today On the Spot Automotive Detailings at 505-859-2859, 505-859-2859, or online at otsdetailing.com.
Getting by is getting expensive. The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For Game 5 today, Nestor Cortez for the Yankees. Seville? Is that it? Aaron Seville? How do you say that? I don't even know who that is. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been watching Indians. Do you know him? Pitcher for the, I said Indians, the Guardians?
Not one of their top line guys.
Yeah, do you know who he is?
One of their, he's like their fourth.
All right. He was scheduled to
fourth
pitch on Monday. They're going to stay with what they're doing. And the Yankees are able to go to an All-Star with the extra day off. He'll go 3 days rest with Nestor Cortez. 207, winner goes to the American League Championship Series and will play the Houston Astros. Late night cancellation. Boy, Jared was choked about that, huh? Should have played it in the rain. He had gelato, pizza, wine.
And that was a caller that ranted to us in the first
Yeah,
hour of the
imagine
show.
if you were there.
Yeah, no, it would suck if you were there. So you go out there, to your point, I didn't even think about the parking thing. Because at the tickets, you get a rain check and you come back. You don't lose out on Game 5. Now, if you got to work today, it's 4:07 there, and you know you work in the city, you got the night off, or you took the afternoon off, and I don't know how you get today off. Hey, boss, yo, I got to go Yankee game. I'm out of here at 2. No, you're not. Get your ass in your chair.
2, yeah, depending on how you're getting there as well.
I'm taking the train. Yeah, taking the train.
Taking
But
the
if you
4-5 Express.
Yeah, but if you parked, right, for $100, you probably didn't get your $100 back. And you probably got to spend another $100 today. Yeah, no, that stinks. You probably sat there and drank $18 beers. Schaefer Light, beer here. It's my first experience with beer was a Mets game way
I was
back
like,
in the day.
Schaefer. I'm sure they have like Bud Light.
That's what they used to do at Mets games, Schaefer. Beer here. Beer here. My first ever game was a Mets game at Shea Stadium. That's like my first remembrance of that. All right, you guys are in on Lobo football. Harold says Lobo football equals the Albuquerque baseball team. Jeff, the season for Albuquerque's baseball team is over when they started 1-6. Was it? They were really spoilers from that point on. After dropping the contest in Mexico State, Lobo football starting this weekend can spoil seasons for a lot of win-needing teams. Okay, I swear to you this is from different email addresses, but they come off the same. Jake Hayner, JJ, equals Timex Terry Wilson. You're not going to buy this, nor am I. Remember when Timex Terry first got hurt, it was going to be a couple weeks, then week to week. After a while, Lobo fans finally came to the realization he'd never play on Branch Field again. With the Fresno State quarterback likely out again this week, I think Bulldog fans are starting to get the same feeling. Want to bet we see him in a different team's uniform next season. Isn't he a senior? Like a maxed out senior?
I'm going to bet he's going to try to wear an NFL jersey next season.
Yeah. We might not see him back again this year. Yeah, there's a real good chance of that. This one says, why isn't Gonzalez getting heat, Jeff? With 8 minutes left, down by 2 touchdowns and a 2-point play, Lobo football goes for a field goal, even though it had just taken them 10 minutes to march down the court. They only had time for one more drive, so a field goal does them no good. Why not go for it on 4th down from Todd? I would tell you, I think Danny is getting heat. Don't you think so?
He's getting a lot of heat.
Yeah.
And that field goal kicked it with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was 4th and 6. Is that right? I mean, I don't think it did you any good. It made it 21-9.
Oh, it was 4th and 11.
A 4th and 11. So that's why he kicked the field goal? So now you're still down by 12, and you still need 2 more scores. And the way you're moving the football, I kind of thought the same thing at the time. But what are you going to do? 4th and 11? Like, what's your 4th and 11 play? How many 11-plus yard plays did they had all game? 3, maybe? Where was that play? That was a no-win call right there.
That's the throw it up, hope for a pass interference play.
Yeah, and who are you throwing to? And that's my whole thing here. Jordan Porter's out. Who are you throwing to Wysong? Who are you asking to go up and get a football here?
Guys that you put on scholarship to be on this team?
And that's my point. How do you not have guys on scholarship to go up and get a football at this point?
You do.
Who you got?
You can throw an 11-yard
Elijah Queen?
50-50 ball to Elijah Queen.
Yeah, I'm down.
You can run Luke Wysong out of the slot.
Then you're asking him to do a lot after the catch. Yeah. You should have a guy who can run an 11-yard route, 12-yard route. Yeah. You've got to. Who is it? And I think that's what's got so many fans kind of cranky right now, right? This is from Maurice on attendance. Jeff, how ugly is it going to be the rest of the season? Fresno State has the homecoming tag, so University Stadium won't be completely empty, but it's not going to be great. San Diego State's likely to be one of those chilly, fall, late post-time Friday games Mountain West Conference fans love so much. Tough sell. At least there won't be one on Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, that San Diego State game on Friday night could be a rough one. You know? That could be rough. And it's going to be what it is this weekend. That's what happens when you're 2-5. I mean, especially around here. All right. I had not seen this. This came out about an hour ago. I asked you about Melvin Gordon. Have you seen this yet? Melvin Gordon had only 3 carries, and I guess he talked after the game. He doesn't know. He was talking to, I don't know who Bridget Condon is. She's a reporter, but he never re-entered the game. He was pulled 3 carries, 8 yards in the first quarter. He was pulled out. This is the Broncos running back. He came into the weekend. He was questionable. There was a neck injury, a rib injury. But he had said to everyone he was fine to play. He said he was confused as to why he was pulled and did not go back in. Quote, to tell you exactly what happened, I can't tell you because I don't know. No one mentioned anything to me. That was his quote. He said he believed he could have made a difference in the game. Came down to the wire. Quote, just waiting for my number to get called so I can go out there and help my teammates. It was a close game. I felt like I could have made a difference, but apparently not. End quote. There's guys in the deep. Now we're starting to listen to the defense, JJ. Talk about the offense needing to improve. This is where you get into a problem. This is your safety, Justin Simmons, on the team's official website. This isn't talking to a reporter or on a podcast.
And he is one of the team captains.
That's right. Quote, something's obviously not going right, and we need to find a way to fix it. Everyone knows the definition of insanity. We can't keep doing the same things week in and week out and think it's going to change. End quote. That's something from your defensive and it's on your website. I'm surprised that's on their website, aren't you? That's not in a paper. That's not.
We're gonna put this on the team website.
Yeah. Russell Wilson continues to say the Broncos are all on the same page. Oh, no, we're fine. We're fine. There's no division. Quote Russell Wilson. This is on NFL.com. We don't have division in our locker room. You guys saw how hard we played for each other. If it didn't go our way. But everyone's fighting their butts off every day. The line, the receivers, the running backs, the defensive line, the linebackers, and our safeties and corners. Everybody was playing for each other, and we felt like we could have won the game, end quote. And they didn't. And now you got guys questioning it. Now you got one of your team captains and a safety in Justin Simmons saying, what are we doing? Keep doing the same damn thing, knocking our heads against the wall, and we're getting the same result. The definition of insanity. Offense isn't scoring any points, defense playing well enough to win. Now you got a little bit of a dissension. Now you got guys speaking out. I'm just going to tell you, dude, and the Jets are playing well, and the Broncos are no better than the Jaguars. They lose these two going into the bye, you got a freaking problem up there. You got a problem now.
It's exactly what was going on with Green Bay last week when they're in London. They're like, no, if we lose next week, no, you're in trouble now.
And by the way,
it's right now.
Who was the team that was coming in next week to if we lose? Yeah.
Your issues are right now, not if this happens. It's right now.
You got a problem right now. But my point is, because yes, you got a problem right now.
And the Melvin Gordon stuff,
I'm not worried about the Melvin Gordon stuff.
It's Melvin Gordon, Latavius Murray. They're the same. They're the same running back now. Like I don't think you're getting more out of Gordon than what Latavius Murray gave you. I just understand, from a player's standpoint, that hurts because you thought, all right, I'm gonna be part of this rotation. Mike Boone last week, fine, and then just straight up last night, it's like, no, you're not playing.
Well, the guy in front of you goes down, you figure you're the guy.
Yeah.
You're the guy. And it's going to be interesting. Did Hackett address that anywhere? I mean, because there was an injury designation going into this. It was a neck injury and a rib injury.
But he said it had nothing to do with injury last night.
Hackett said that?
Yeah.
All right. It's really interesting how guys are souring and coaches are souring on guys on their teams. And we're just watching them just saying, yeah, no. Frontline guys. Cam Akers, Robbie Anderson.
And the one thing with Melvin Gordon, where the people around the team, and they know his fumbling issues, but they say he's the best pass protector.
Okay.
And then you'd think, well, you'd probably want him out there a little bit more in those situations when your offensive line is getting shredded.
Yeah. Your quarterback's on his back all the time. So that's interesting stuff. Bronco fan, I mean, I know you're cranky, but where do you go from here? Next year?
We're on to the Jets.
We're on to the Jets.
Yeah, just need more urgency. I just got to be better. Just need more urgency. I'm going to hire another coach to help me coach. Even though I'm the head coach, I'm going to bring in more coaches and coach.
Well, there you go. Bring in more coaches and coach. That's why I don't think you guys make it through the year. I just don't. I'm never an advocate of. Well, that's not never. I'm rarely an advocate of firing.
This one it's when you take a step back and then you start learning about Nathaniel Hackett. It's just like, what did he do to sell Patton? Like, this is our guy. He didn't call plays in Green Bay.
Mm-mm.
Like, other than, you were around Aaron Rodgers, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. But everybody around Sean McVay gets a job, so everybody around Aaron Rodgers gets a job, right? It's bad, dude. It's really bad. I look around at who do I think is the worst team in the NFL? I think Carolina's the worst team in the NFL. Yes. I think they're worse than Houston. Because I think the Broncos are not the worst team in the NFL because I think their defense is really good. I look at Carolina, I'm like, okay, what do you have? And now you're gonna have a yard sale, right? So I think Carolina's the worst team in the NFL. Maybe then Houston. Broncos aren't far behind right now.
It doesn't matter if you have a top 5 defense. You're last in the NFL in scoring points.
Yeah. It's a problem.
You're behind the teams that you're saying are the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, it's a problem. All right, 505-246-0610. Keep them coming, 888-922-0610. I'm going to tell you about Numel like I have for a while because thousands of men benefit from Numel's industry-leading testosterone replacement. These men feel better, and you've been hearing me tell you about it for a while because it works. I mean, the results are real. Men all over the country take care of things like fatigue and depression, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. But do you know that NuMale also specializes in hair replacement for men and women? So guys, ladies, the number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. Or online at NuMale, NUMALE.com. And there's not just one way to do this at NuMale. You pick the option that's best for you, and they'll walk you through it. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets. It stimulates stem cells deep in your hair follicles, stops hair loss, and you regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair. And NeoGraft hair transplants, which produce natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. These transplants, these treatments, this all works for men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair with no side effects. NuMale's in Albuquerque. You can call them at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at NuMale.com.
In Lujan. Vikings, one more chance. It is over. Marissa Sanchez on the play. That is.
I've had a bunch of long sleeves. Torres with a lot of room. Torres with a stiff arm as he crosses the.
Our serve. Les was Luna got it, and she feeds Kozlowski.
3-0 Tippmann. Hatch pushing it over and the side out. Emma Mori Thorson was there. She takes it side out.
It's intercepted, so there's the pick part. Now let's see if they can make a tackle.
Good kick.
Yeah, we were wanting some lateral.
Aaron Nelson. She's got it again. That's twice already in this service.
Good hold, it is blocked. The kick is blocked, and Bell will fall.
Vance. Meyer back to Vance. Ooh, perfect placement and power. CC Vance goes cross court.
In the village of Los Lunas. Handed off to Torres. A lot of room to the right side. Torres is off to the races. 3 Bulldogs are not going to catch. Lower leg injury there apparently at that one. Sierman's going to unload up the middle. He's got his man open. He makes the catch. And it could be a touchdown to end the half for Los Lunas. It's Mr. Reliable, Fabian Trujillo, on an 91-yard touchdown pass from Paul.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact.
It feels like we're on the right track, getting things in place. It doesn't feel like there's a track for the Broncos. And this wasn't supposed to be a long process.
You know what's crazy? Broncos thing feels so similar to the Lobos thing. Because of the offense. Because you're like, okay, the defense is good, right? Quarterbacks have the same stature, right? And they can't move the football.
Well, you're looking around, and even with the warts that this offense has right now, where you're steaming, if you're Denver, if you're a Broncos fan, you're looking at Coach of the Year candidate, first year head coach, Brian Dable, with Daniel Jones, manufacturing and offense, putting a winning football team
By the
together.
way, salvaged
Mike
his career.
McDaniel,
Yep.
outside of almost ending Tua's career, has the Dolphins pointing in the right direction. Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota with veteran pieces winning football games. And then here comes Nathaniel Hackett.
Yep.
There's a swing and a miss.
And sometimes you just got to admit it. The guy who texted in early talking about Broncos overreaction, and we addressed that. He says fans' expectations of teams, both good and bad, dominate the sports talk industry instead of the team's performance. The St. Louis Rams are done. Brady and Rodgers are overrated. Okay? That's what's, I mean, I'm not sure why you're listening to this format. Like, honestly, I'm sure there's good music stations and talk. Like, that's what sports talk radio is. And so rarely do you come in and break down the X's and O's, although sometimes you do. But sports talk radio tends to be big picture items. It's not, hey, did you see on 3rd and 2, it was cover 2 and they didn't pick up the blitz and they should have checked down to a 3 gap. Like, no, that's not what sports talk radio is, because the majority of people don't get it. The majority of people think they get the big picture stuff. So yes, fans' expectations of teams, both good and bad, dominate the sports talk industry. Yes. And that's what this format has been based on and is. And I'm cool, man. Like I'm not sure why you're listening to this format if that bothers you. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a breakdown of, well, why did they go for it on 3rd down? And they, I mean, there's a little of that.
Just trolls.
Well, I mean, I just sometimes I'm confused. No, often I'm confused. How about that? But that's it. All right, 505-246-0610 if you do want to get in. So, and the other thing is, are they going to shut down Russ Wilson for a few weeks? So now with the lat, the back of the shoulder, and a hamstring injury. I mean, hamstrings kept Keenan Allen out for, 5 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
What was DeAndre Swift's injury? Was it a hamstring too?
Ankle.
Was that his was ankle? All right. Do you shut him down with the Jets coming in, or do you just ride him out until you can't ride him out no more?
Let's ride it out, Broncos country.
Bronco country, let's ride. I guess that's what you got to do. He says, let's ride. So you really have no choice, huh? Broncos country, let's ride. Did he end his press conference with that crap last night? He didn't.
No.
All right, thank you. That would have been bad, right?
Yes.
All right. Broncos country?
Or do you just commit to it because you have been?
Well, that's where he is with it, certainly. He's committed to it. Let's ride.
Like, read the room, Russell.
Let's ride.
Walk away.
So funny.
When you lose some of those, I mean, yeah, I know we got to get better, and I'm hurt, and that was a tough one, and no, there's got to be some urgency. Is that it, guys? All right, thanks. Broncos country, let's ride.
It's like what Andy Avalos should be doing at the end of his press conferences.
Should he? The Boise State head coach?
It's a college thing.
Well, that's you're so right? I mean, it's Roll Tide, War Eagle, go Cowboys, go Lobos, go Pokes, go Pack, whatever. How many pro coaches go Cowboys? And most college coaches end with something like, well, that's not fair, not most. Many college coaches end up with, go Buckeyes. Go Tigers.
Don't think you're getting a Roll Tide out of Nick Saban. Probably getting a go balls this week.
Did you see Lane Kiffin on game day, by the way? So game
it was
day.
so fun. That was fun.
You saw that?
Yeah.
All right. So game day was in Knoxville, right, for the big game, and so the Ole Miss game kicked off at 10 o'clock our time. It was the first game. So at about 9 o'clock, 9:15, right, Amory?
Yep.
So they had him mic'd on the field. Lane Kiffin was on the field in Oxford, and they were something about talking to him about that rivalry and first about his game and then about the tennis.
He's been on both sides.
Well, he's been on both sides, and so he said, so how did he say it, Emery? He said something about, we're both playing teams from Alabama, so. What do you say? Go Vols.
Go Vols, yeah.
And
it
the
was
place
so
went
funny,
nuts.
though.
And Chris Fowler says, "All right, all's forgiven, Lane. All's forgiven." Right? But Lane Kiffin's good. And how about how many times he's survived?
Right.
And kept thriving.
He's got 9 lives.
A million.
Lane Kiffin is one of those coaches you're just like, wow.
But there's an it factor to Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an it, right? He's got a personality that is somewhat chameleon. If you look at the places he's been, how different is the Raiders to SC to Alabama to now head coach at Ole Miss?
Lane Kiffin has settled into his perfect spot. He is not a national championship coach.
He might be at some
He's
point.
not a national championship coach.
Okay. When Nick Saban's gone, there's going to be a lot of guys who are.
And NFL coach, but he's got all that experience, and he's the perfect Ole Miss coach. The perfect, we're good, we're never going to be great.
You know what's crazy about that? He's a Southern California guy that feels like it's right in Oxford. I was in Oxford about 3 months ago and had lunch down there with a lady who used to be she was the assistant, the administrative assistant for like 4 coaches before Lane Kiffin, and she knows him, and she just loves him. Just thinks he's the greatest thing ever in his personality. Now he got his break because his dad Monty Kiffin was a great coach, right?
Yes,
but he was the Raiders coach early. Remember when I went to the North Texas FAU game when he was at FAU a few years back, and I sat with Monty in the FAU booth, and it was fascinating. Just listen to Monty Kiffin tell stories. But you can kind of hear a little bit of Lane in him. But Lane's adapted, and they love him down there. He's got him competitive. He's got him on a national level. I think when Nick Saban leaves, there's going to be a lot of guys who have a chance to be a national championship coach. I do. But he's figured it out. But Marie, that was so good.
Yes, especially
good.
Since the college football playoff is expanding.
It is.
So that changes my statement when I think about it.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to go to 12. Yeah.
So yes.
But you're still going to have those top 4 with a bye. Mm-hmm. Right? So Clemson and Georgia and Alabama and Ohio State are still going to get byes. But yeah, then the more people are going to have access to it. That's the key word there, access. No, he's done a hell of a
Maybe
job.
that's the thing. Nathaniel needs his dad, Paul Hackett, more involved.
Got a Vikings email when we get back, 505-246-0610.
Boy.
But it says Vikings. It's from your guy, Omar. You know where this is going.
Yeah.
505-246-0610. I can't wait for that. That's going to be good football right there. That's good football. And Dak Prescott will be playing. It's not going to be Cooper. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Bringing you home on a whatever day it is. You get day baseball today. You get hoops tonight. The NBA tips off. Doesn't kick off. It'll tip off tonight. Highlighted by the Warriors and the Lakers. You also get Philly and Boston. So whichever part of the country you're in, you get really kind of a premier matchup to get things going in the National Basketball Association.
LeBron James.
Do I get a Major League Baseball? Phillies and Padres go tonight? I think that's right. The National League Championship Series starts tonight.
They're not waiting.
No, why would they? Phillies and Padres.
Get out the way.
Tonight in Slam Diego.
Got a good Tuesday for you.
Is it all right that I'm on Slam Diego? I know Dodger fan is you're supposed to not like him. And Padre fan would never root for the Dodgers.
Yeah,
and
you're the same guy that roots for the Warriors. So it's okay.
Okay. Warriors, yeah, that's interesting. That's the only Bay Area team I've ever liked is the Warriors. I spent 8 years in San Diego and have an affection for that fan base. Like I was there in '84 when they were in the World Series. I still remember that. I got no affection for the Phillies, no disaffection for the Phillies. But in this series, I'm kind of into that whole SoCal San Diego good vibe feel, and it's like I told you, I got an affection for the city and the people there.
I'm feeling them good vibrations.
Yeah, go just. And by the way, you were on them last year that you adopted them as your
You're
team.
early.
So, yeah. Vince, you want to talk some baseball? What's up?
Yeah, hey, I want to talk about the 111-win Los Angeles Dodgers. Watching the game on Saturday, frustrated because Tyler Anderson was dealing. He probably should have got another inning or two. But I'm looking at it like yet another homegrown Rockies talent that we let get away. But as soon as doom and gloom set in, the clouds began to dissipate, and the Purple Gods spoke to us. And the Purple Gods sent us Tommy Kahnle. You're welcome, Dodgers. And all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, the bases are loaded. And the Purple Gods spoke again to us, and they sent us Yency Almonte. And in the blink of an eye, the game is now tied, and the Dodgers eventually lost. So it's an early Christmas present. Sorry we didn't get to wrap it, Dodgers, but the sentiment remains. Merry Christmas to the pandemic champions. Merry Christmas.
That's really good. Thank you, Vince. That's really freaking good. What do you think when they pulled? I don't know if you're watching it. Anderson's dealing. He's at 83 pitches, 86 pitches. And this is a Dave Roberts thing, and I understand.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. That was, no.
3 of the 4 pitchers,
Yeah.
their first 4 pitchers in a deciding game for the Dodgers, former Rockies.
Yeah. In a deciding game. Yeah.
Anderson was really good this season.
He was really good this season. But what do you make of...
It just feels like Roberts kind of sticking to what he does regardless.
Right. You can't go past 5 innings. Like, I trust my bullpen so much, and this is the way baseball is. And
only giving up 2 hits, struck out 6,
he's
put
just
2 on.
dealing. He's in charge. He's in command, and you're not going to let him go.
And then the former Rocky bullpen pitchers give up 5 earned runs.
Yeah, I just, and I know a lot of Dodger fans are cranky about that decision. He wouldn't let him go. I had told you before the break, got a Vikings email for you, Marie. It's from Omar. It says, Queens, who thought NFL's $8 billion franchise would have a chance to carry a 6-2 record into our bye week? He's talking about the Cowboys. Then coming out of the freshening, instead of the 11-13 contest in Green Bay, or the November 13th contest in Green Bay, it's that game on the 20th at Metropolitan Stadium that has Omar's attention.
Oh, my God.
Starting to look like it could have major playoff implications. Could Dallas Cowboys go 15-2 and not win our division? That could happen. I don't think you're going 15-2. And the Eagles aren't, like, the Eagles just need to lose so we can stop this Miami Dolphins talk.
Yeah.
Anybody think the Eagles are going undefeated?
No.
No.
Okay.
All right. The Eagles are going to have a gaudy record.
Yes.
But they're not going undefeated.
15-2 could be them, yeah. Jack says Kyler Murray and Russ Wilson are the same player to me, Jeff. They're nice, but neither really blows my socks off. I don't look at either guy and go, wow, let's give him a max deal and build our franchise around him. Okay, they both got max deals and their franchises are built around them. Both those guys have max deals.
Wait, who was it?
Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson.
No respect for Russell Wilson, man. He's been in the league way longer than these guys that are getting overly paid. Like, not overly 100%. Paid, but the big pays. Like, are there no respect for what Russell Wilson has done in his career?
I'm right there with you. Like, this, Russell Wilson is bad in the moment.
It's not.
But all of a sudden, people are like, you know what? He really was never that good.
Like, what? Or what are people smoking?
He was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Like, he's with the Aaron Rodgers and all those guys. Like, don't put him in the Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, all those conversations. Those guys haven't won or done anything yet. Jeez Louise, he goes to the Broncos and...
Well, he's been bad with
you
the
can't
Broncos.
live.
Yeah, I know,
but... And it was bad as last year.
You can't live off your resume. Like, I'm taking
agreed.
Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, their future still.
Right now. If you had to take one now, yes.
But I don't think Russell Wilson just showed up and can't play an NFL football game again, and the rest of his career is overrated. Like, what he's done to this point was all overrated. I don't know where that's coming from.
Let's say this. Question. Because I agree with you. He was not overrated. Okay? Now, I don't know that I think he was great. I think he was really good. If Russ Wilson continues on this trajectory, right, it doesn't pan out. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Borderline guy.
Borderline guy because he
has
won
a Super Bowl.
All right, is every
Aaron Rodgers has only won one Super Bowl.
So is every guy win as a Super Bowl a Hall of Famer?
No, but I think he's done more than that in his career to be a borderline. Look at the passing numbers, the wins.
His numbers are good. He won a lot in Seattle. Yeah. Should have handed the ball to Marshawn. He'd have 2. That's what everybody tells me makes Eli a Hall of Famer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he a better quarterback than Eli?
Yes.
Over his
Eli
career?
Manning had 2 unbelievable postseason runs.
Yeah, beat Brady
just like,
both times.
It's just like Joe Flacco. And I think Russell
Except for
has
he did it
never
twice.
Russell has never been. I think at times he's hit the elite, but he's never been like, oh, he's a top 3 quarterback in the game.
Yeah.
But he's not. Like, looking back, people are just looking at Russell right now and going, "Told you." And he didn't say anything. It's making no sense that you're downplaying.
Yeah, where's the
his
record
career
who
up
said
until this
anything?
point?
Yeah, what?
No, look, I heard almost no negative. When the Broncos went out and made that trade, and they gave up a lot. When they made that trade, I heard nobody saying this was a bad move by them. And if you didn't believe it was going to put him over the top, I'm cool with that. I didn't hear anybody saying he's overrated, he's washed up. Now, there were questions about last year, and can he come back from that? That's crazy, Mass. Good stuff today. Hey, thank you to Jerry Kill, the Aggie football coach, was with us today. Tomorrow, Sebastian Noel at 9:30. We're going to move that around a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you good with that?
Yeah.
All right. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Coward after that. 2 Men On comes your way. At 4 o'clock, we're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Hey, Marie, finishing hot with a great hot take.
Thank you.
You're right, by the way.
Thank you.
Adrian, great work. Big day for you. Going to big luncheon today?
Huge day.
What's for lunch today?
I don't know.
All right, enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Maybe I'll join you. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
In Lujan. Vikings, one more chance. It is over. Marissa Sanchez on the play. That is.
I've had a bunch of long sleeves. Torres with a lot of room. Torres with a stiff arm as he crosses the.
Our serve. Les was the one who got it, and she feeds Kozlowski.
Three serving nothing. Tipman, Hatch pushing it over and the side out. Emma Maury Thorson was there. She takes it side out.
It's intercepted, so there's the pick part. Now let's see if they can make a tackle. Good kick. Yeah, we were wanting some lateral.
Alan Nelson. She's got it again. That's twice already in this service.
Good hold, it is blocked. The kick is blocked, and Bell will fall.
Vance. Meyer back to Vance. Ooh, perfect placement and power. CC Vance goes cross court.
In the village of Los Lunas, handed off to Torres, a lot of room to the right side. Torres is off to the races. 3 Bulldogs are not going to catch. Lower leg injury there, apparently, at that one. Sierman's going to unload up the middle. He's got his man open. He makes the catch, and it could be a touchdown to end the half for Los Lunas. It's Mr. Reliable, Fabian Trujillo, on an 91-yard touchdown pass from Paul.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.